Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to the AFI Project. Today we are going to be taking a look at Platoon. This was directed by Oliver Stone, the director of JFK, and it starred a lot of people, but the main players include Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, Willem Defoe, Forrest Whitaker, and that's just naming a couple. And it tells the story of a soldier named Taylor, played by Sheen, who arrives in Vietnam to find the whole place to just be nothing but chaos. And the movie is basically Taylor's entire experience in the Vietnam War, encountering the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the even worse of this war, including some good in the form of Sergeant Elias, played by Willem Defoe, and just downright evil in Sergeant Barnes, played by Tom Berenger. Firstly, I want to apologize that this video did not get out on Friday because, well, if you didn't watch my A Night at the Opera video, then you'll probably know that I have been suffering from allergies all week long, and in that video, I sounded like Kermit the Frog's, little brother. I sound and feel 1,000 times better, and so this AFI project video is going out today on Saturday. But again, I'm sorry for the schedule change, and I'll try and keep things consistent, or at least that's my intention from here on out. This was yet another first-time watch for me, and while I can safely say that this was not a fun watch, I think it is an important one nonetheless. I do have to give all the credit in the world to Oliver Stone, because he made this movie on location in the Philippines in the middle of massive political upheaval. The country's president or ruler at the time, named Marcos, had fled the country 2 days before this movie was to begin shooting. 2 days. It was actually a miracle that this movie even got made in the Philippines at all, as due to the political upheaval, this movie wasn't even supposed to be made at all. Thankfully, producer Mark Hill smoothed things over to where the movie was able to get made. I gotta talk about the acting, because the acting in this movie is superb, especially Charlie Sheen. Now, I really only know Charlie Sheen for 2.5 Men, and he's good in that show, but he's on another level in this movie. When he arrives at the war, he really has no aspirations of, I'm going to do this for the country, and I'm going to serve and all that. He does have something like that, but he's not like a rah-rah, patriot type. As soon as he arrives there, he just says to himself, I'm in hell. And he literally says that in his first voiceover. And by the end of the movie, he is just in a completely different place, physically and mentally. And no spoilers, but it is a rather dramatic transformation. And then I have to talk about Elias and Barnes, starting with Elias, played by Willem Defoe. I have to say, this was a bit of a weird turn for me, because I know Willem Defoe primarily for his crazier roles, like as Green Goblin in the first Spider-Man movie from Sam Raimi, or from The Lighthouse. And in this movie, he's actually the voice of reason, and you know things are bad when Willem Defoe is your voice of reason. You might as well just pack it up now. Defoe is excellent in the movie, but I think the one who steals the entire show is Tom Berenger as Sergeant Barnes. It's rare in this AFI project that I have hated somebody more than Sergeant Barnes, because he is an absolute bastard. And I try not to curse in these videos, but that's the best way that I can describe him. He has a scar all over his face, he has no time for anyone. He chastises Taylor at every turn. He clashes with Elias, and no spoilers, definitely no spoilers there, but something happens with Elias and Barnes to where you're just like, Barnes is dead to me. And there are definitely other supporting players here as well, like John C. McGinley. A young Johnny Depp is in this. I think this was a year before he did A Nightmare on Elm Street, if my memory serves me right. And just seeing him, I was just like, oh my god, look at this baby! You also have Forrest Whitaker in here, Candyman, Tony Todd. This is a very loaded movie, and everyone brings their A game. And then let's talk about the battle sequences, because, well, there's definitely some realism to these sequences. In my research, I found that this entire cast was put through about a 30-day military training regimen by the local militia to try and get things as accurate as possible. And yeah, I can definitely see the results of that training. These actors don't feel like actors playing soldiers. They feel like soldiers. They completely bleed into their characters, and they make it entirely their own. I like that. I like the spirit of that. And I think the biggest compliment that I can give to this movie is that it's not a traditional war movie with, like, traditional objectives. This is a movie that, like, and I don't want to sound pretentious, but it analyzes good and evil in war and why we fight and all of that stuff. And I think it handles it very well. And at the end of the day, like I said, this is definitely not a fun movie to watch, but I do highly suggest that you watch it if you have not seen it. But that is all for me, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Next time on the AFI Project, well, we're going to be going back to the late 1950s and talking about 12 Angry Men, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and I am looking forward to talking about that. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you'll be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam. I'll see you in the next one.